How's it going, everybody? Before I do this intro real quick, we're just going to wait and get a couple people in here. So hang on one sec. Let me send this link over real fast. Boom.
I think I got it.
You got it? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm struggling finding a way to send the link anyway.
You good. You are good.
All right.
Real quick, go ahead.
All right. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Michael Balko Show. Now, before I get us started, I do have to shout out a sponsor real quick. It's called Angels Abound Candles. It's actually my mom's brand. So if you're interested in any homemade candles, she got all the scents. Smells good, man. You already know. But if you go check out the link, it'll be in the anchor description of this podcast. You can cop all your candles right there, or you can just hit her up. I'll drop her number and everything in there as well. But with that being said, I'm super honored to announce my guest today. He recently transferred to the University of Michigan. Daylen Baldwin, how are we doing, my man?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm blessed and highly favored as always. Super pumped to have you on the show today. But first and foremost, you already know, we got to rep that area code. Tell us a little bit about your hometown and what makes it so unique.
Detroit is just our what makes us unique is just like our hustle, like how we do things, and so how we make things happen no matter what. I guess I'd say that'd be the main thing.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your recruiting process out of high school and how you wound up at Morgan State.
I didn't really have too many offers out of high school. I had some Division II offers. Morgan State was my only D1 offer, so I took it. That's it. Like, it really wasn't too much.
So what did you do in high school to try and set yourself apart from other receivers in your state?
Sure, I was just trying to work. I was just trying to grind and get better at playing. Like, I really wasn't paying attention to nobody else, because at that point, like, I was cool with a lot of guys who did have all stars and recognition. So I was trying to get better with them myself. I didn't really too much worry about anybody else around me.
Did you go to like any sort of like camps or anything to help you gain exposure? And if so, do you recommend camps to young athletes out there?
Absolutely. I went to a boatload of camps. They really helped me like throughout that process. Yeah, camping is very important from a young age, honestly. So just building that relationship early, letting recruits see your development from 9th to 12th grade is a huge thing, because they know that you work. So, and people are much more willing to take a chance on somebody I know that works hard. So I say definitely start from a young age. I didn't start too early, but I started as early as I found out, honestly.
Yeah, so you spent a couple years at Morgan State. You transferred over to Jackson State. Kind of what was it like getting to play underneath the GOAT, Deion Sanders, my man? I know you got to play for him for a year. So what was that like?
That was a pretty cool time, honestly. Like, I learned a lot from him. And he's the GOAT, but he also got a lot of NFL experience, like under his coaching staff, like on his coaching staff. So I just learned a lot from the guys. I was sitting there like soaking up information like every day, just trying to get better, because they've been where I wanted to go, where I want to be at, and where I want to go. So
if you had to describe Coach Sanders in one way, like I know a lot of coaches, they may be passive aggressive, they may just be straight up like super passionate. How would you describe Deion Sanders' coaching style?
Honest. He gonna give that real. It might hurt. It might hurt you. It might not be what you want to hear, but he gonna give you honesty. Like I appreciate that, because every coach doesn't do that. So I say honesty is like the biggest thing for him. Like, he gonna give it to you just how it is.
That's awesome, man. I know whenever I played sports, I definitely appreciated an honest coach as well. But you had a huge season for Jackson State in 2020. You hauled in 27 receptions in just 6 games for 540 yards and 7 touchdowns. So that's a big season in just 6 games, my man. So was it a difficult decision for you to announce your transfer from the school, and kind of what factored into your decision to announce your transfer?
Yeah, it was a huge decision for real. I had like a little like mental breakdown, like trying to make sure I made the right decision, because shoot, I was like torn back and forth between doing it, and it was stressful a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to like decompress, like be to myself, and just understand like, shoot, just the road that I went down. This is the road I'm going down. So I took it, and this is just football at a high level. With I'd rather not discuss the factors of like what made me lead to that decision, but most of the people who need to know. So I don't too much talk about it. Just like I don't too much talk about it. It's nothing bad on Jackson State. I still have love for Jackson State. Coach Jason Phillips, my wide receiver coach, just called me yesterday. Coach Prime hit me up on IG. Like, we are good down there. Like, I don't want anybody to think that either. So I just much rather not talk about it. But yeah, Coach Prime, I'm still cool to all those guys down there. They're my guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. So you had several offers during your time in the transfer portal. You weren't in the transfer portal for very long, but you did have, quite a few very good offers, including one from Ohio State. How difficult was it to weigh all of these offers? And then why'd you opt to take your talents to your hometown of Michigan, my man?
Yeah, it took a lot. I was Ohio State. Like, Ohio State was my dream school growing up, so that took a lot for real. Really just what I say is really just like me looking for the best place where I can feel like I can play and develop at the same time. Ohio State, I just knew I could develop, but it's the chances of me playing early was very slim based on the fact that like who they had in their room, and the coach was very vocal about that. So he definitely said that, and I was thinking about it, but I don't think it wasn't a chance I was willing to take specifically. So that happened. Then Penn State never offered me. I was talking to them, but they never offered me. Then it was other MAC schools, but it was really between Michigan, Ohio State when I came down to it, and Kent State. Those are the three schools, my like final three schools after a while. And I'm looking at it just like, how do I want to do it? You feel me? So Michigan ended up being the best opportunity to develop very well and play right away as well.
That's awesome. So if you had to rank your top 5 NFL receivers right now, who you rolling with?
Top 5 right now in the league. Devontae Adams. That's pretty tough. Do Antonio Brown still count? I don't care.
Yeah.
Up there. All right, cool. All right, Antonio Brown first then. Devontae Adams. D-Hop. This is no order though. Yeah. Except Antonio Brown. But yeah, D-Hop. I'll have to go Tariq Hill. This is pretty tough. Everybody know Julio the coldest. Then I say Mike Thomas. Yeah, I'll go that.
Hey, that's a good pick right there. You're talking to a Saints fan right now, so hey.
I'll go that way with it.
Bet. Because you're about to be playing for the Saints in a couple of years anyway, so it's all good. So who do you personally watch film on in the league? It doesn't even have to be in the league, really. Just who do you watch in film on, kind of take bits and pieces from to put into your play style?
Devontae Adams, Sterling Sharp, Chad Josico, Keenan Allen, Robbie Anderson.
Nice. Yeah, those are some solid receivers right there. So for sure. In your own phrase, how would you personally define success? I know a lot of people define success a multitude of different ways, whether it's, on-field success, whether it's off-the-field success academically. How do you personally define success?
Man, success is really like your version of financial freedom. To me, it's like your version of financial freedom. Like, no matter what it is, you can. Like, I done seen success defined in so many different ways. It's like what you feel like is your optimal potential, basically. Success to somebody else might be, to one person might be all the cars and clothes and money you can have. Another version of success to somebody else is having a lot of money, owning land, and just being able to do whatever you want to on your land. Like, and they don't have all the extra cars, clothes. Like, they might live their regular everyday life, but that's their version of success. And they might have more money than the person with all the cars and clothes and stuff. But success is really just based on the person who's successful. Like, whatever you think your version of success is, that's yours. Like, there is no way to define success for any one person. So I feel like just it's all in the eye of the beholder.
For sure. And then one last question for you, Daylen. What is one piece of advice if you had to give one piece of advice to anybody, really, what would that advice be? It can be to the young athletes out there. It can be to the adults out there grinding at their normal 9 to 5s. What would your one piece of advice be?
I would say push your limits, and don't be afraid to venture off. Don't be afraid to change, because at the end of the day, nobody likes change, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how people gonna change. Like, if people gonna change on you, you don't know if your situation gonna change. No matter what it is, change is scary for people. So don't be scared of that. Just embrace it, pray about it, and go. So that's the main thing I would say.
Yes, sir. That's some great advice for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, brand new University of Michigan wide receiver, Daylen Baldwin. Thank you so much for your time today, my man. I appreciate you. I am super excited to see how your journey unfolds.
Appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate it.
Where can everyone follow you at?
You got my Twitter down there at the bottom. That's cool right there.
Yes, sir. You don't want to plug your Instagram too?
Oh, it's just Daylen Baldwin too.
Perfect. Y'all go follow my boy. I appreciate you once again, my man. Take care.
Appreciate it. Have a nice one.